I seen the craziest stuff, and he's like, "You want to see my basement?"
The answer to that question, regardless of who it is, no.
And so now I'm getting Pulp Fiction vibes. And then he opens it up, and he's got like all these like taxidermy animals, and he's like, "You want to see my prized possession?" Okay, a swamp ape, right?
Swamp ape. Yep.
That's
All right, welcome back. You know what I'm saying? Podcast about everything and nothing all at the same time. If you haven't already, like, subscribe, share, all that fun stuff. Mike, cue the thing. Awesome, and we're back. It's my friend Mike Henry. Yeah, I'll blurt your last name if you need me to. But since Alex has been so busy lately with his new house, I thought it'd only be right that we bring the realtor in who sold him the house. The reason he's been so busy, and also you said you have a bunch of crazy stories.
well, yeah. So speaking of like selling Alex a house, we went to I don't know. I had to show Alex like 30 houses. I'm sorry. I had to show Alex like 30 houses because
You could sit back and bring it towards
Oh no, I'm already like on edge from the house that I just left.
you. Okay.
So I just left this $3 million house, talking about showing houses, and the craziest thing I think I saw was yesterday. So the buyer didn't show up, and I'm wandering around this like equestrian estate.
Where?
It's like right outside of Brooksville, and I've got the
Okay.
listing. I'm gonna show you, but I can't show you like
We can't.
anything
We
media.
can't put it on public.
No, because
Okay.
of it, because I haven't even told you what I was gonna tell you yet. So
Okay.
um,
Just make sure you're telling me in the microphone at the same time.
I got it. So, we went to this house. My buyer didn't show up, and the owner just happened to get back because he was waiting around, for the potential buyer. And I seen the craziest stuff. And he's like, "You want to see my basement?" And I'm like, "Sure," And then I'm like,
Hold up. Wait. You just said sure to that question.
"See," and that's the problem with profiling people because like I'm a
I,
licensed gun owner, right?
it doesn't matter
I
about.
don't take my gun. I take my gun to industrial sites, right? Because I think something bad's gonna
Right.
happen. But here I am, white middle-aged man. Come to my basement, and I'm thinking because I'm trying to sell a listing. I'm like,
I don't.
sure.
I don't care who it is. I'm not go like that. The answer to that question, regardless of who it is, no.
And I completely agree with you. So I'm walking down, and the
So
the, the
here I
answer that
am
you have
walking
is
down to the basement.
yeah. So I'm walking. We go down these stairs, and I just realized something. This, excuse my language. The basement is not in the listing. And so now I'm getting Pulp Fiction vibes, right?
Is
So I'm
it?
like, wait a minute. I decided
Is it
because I like,
unfinished? Like
oh
unfinished
no, it was
basement?
finished, but there was like boxes, like lining the little walkway area. There was nothing. We get to this door, and I'm like, oh, like I'm just getting the Pulp Fiction, flashes. And then he opens it up, and he's got like all these like taxidermy animals. Like he's got musket rifles on the wall. He says he's got this letter, and he says it's from U.S. Grant. And I'm just like, this is the craziest thing ever. And he's like, you want to see my prized possession? I'm
Why are you not running away at this point? Like,
because I'm interested as hell. I'm either dying or I'm gonna learn what's going on. Because listen,
that has me concerned. Like, you're already like creeped out from like going down to the basement and seeing the
super
taxidermy,
creeped out.
taxidermy, and he's like, "You want to see my prized possession?"
I wrote my own
It's
horror
gonna
story.
like if you weren't here right now, like in person, I would think his prized possession was you following like the way you're setting up this story because it sounds like he's going to wear your skin.
And you know what's funny? I didn't realize all that until I was down there, and I was like, I might have made a
This is my last listing I ever
mistake.
show. Like,
Well, you know what? So it turns out I didn't die. I'm here today. Hello.
right.
And so he goes to show me his prized possession, right?
Mm.
And this is in glass and encased in glass, and he's like, I caught a swamp. I got the hair, and I got the footprint, and I got it on video. And I'm like,
Oh,
okay, a swamp ape, right?
swamp ape. Yep.
That's but you would believe it because he's got all this crazy stuff, and this is like his prized possession. It's in like, so he shows me a video that he's got
Uh huh.
outside of his barn, and it's like, looks like an orangutan, like a tiny little orangutan,
Oh,
going in and out of the tree line.
okay.
And then he got like hair caught. He said on this fence, right?
Uh huh.
So I was like, okay, let me get a picture. And he's like, no, no. So he's a big shot, right? And then he's got the hair, and I was like, let me get some of the hair. And he's like, no, I'm not going to get that. And I was like, well, how about this? I'll go test it for you. Because I'm a little shot. No one knows who I am.
Right.
And then I'll get the results back to you. And he's like, sure. So he literally gave me like and
You have swamp ape hair on you
it could
right
be
now.
swamp ape hair, it could be dog hair, doll hair. I have no idea. This could be crap, or it could be an undiscovered prehistoric creature, or it could be, an escaped orangutan. Who knows?
So you think you have swamp ape hair or like Bigfoot hair or something
I have no idea. So you
in
know
a
what?
in a Ziploc bag?
So you know what I did?
I don't.
So
You
I
came here, obviously.
I contacted the Florida. I'm sorry, the Conservation and Wildlife. I got the name.
Florida Fish and Wildlife.
No, it wasn't a Florida Fish and Wildlife. Conservation and Wildlife Analysis, and they do testing of hairs. So I called them up,
Huh.
and I'm just like, I got a curveball for you.
Right.
So I'm gonna send you some hair that some owner supposedly said was swamp ape. You
Right.
know,
Slash Bigfoot.
I don't know. The only reason I'm taking any of this seriously
Uh huh.
is because this guy has like a $3 million house. The basement was on the listing, and then when I went down there, his prized possession was this
Hair.
was hair to cats, I guess, because it was on his property. It sits on like I'll show you the property like off camera, but it's like a 60-acre property. Um, and you know where I'm going this afternoon.
To look for the swamp ape.
Well, yeah, that too. I'm gonna. It's backed up to like a wildlife refuge area, and you
Okay.
can't make this crap up. So like
You know,
after this,
there's wild monkeys running around in Florida.
I saw that in the news, and what
It's not in the news. They shot a movie in Florida a long time ago, and they just left the monkeys, like a jungle movie, like Silver Springs. There's a whole thing about it,
the thing I saw,
and like they're not just gonna stay in the one place. They're gonna move. They're monkeys.
that's what so that's what I saw. I was like, that looks like an orangutan, like a little orangutan.
I
Like
am
there's a
not.
little bit of the little splice of video that he had from the tree line coming in, and I was like,
I am not a primate expert, but I hope you find one.
oh, I
Comment
am.
below if you are.
You know where I'm going after?
I don't. The primate experts,
No,
the zoo,
close,
Universal
close.
Studios,
No,
where you always go.
I always.
I know.
Give me an excuse to go in a theme park. I will. I'm going to Busch Gardens.
Oh, I was close.
I'm gonna get.
How? Never. I don't want to know. I feel like the less I know at this, the better.
Probably.
Yeah.
You
So
don't think I get some
no, actually I do, but I actually like I don't want to know anymore.
I mean, there's safe ways of doing it.
Okay.
I don't need to jump the fence to get a ring.
You do what you got to do, man. I feel like the less I know, the better.
Well, the 12-year-old in me needs to know before this like forensic analysis that's gonna take 2 months. Like I need.
You're gonna send that hair away, and then like just the black SUVs are gonna show up at your house.
Not for a swamp.
I mean, what if it's not a swamp ape? What if it's like an alien
I
that
don't-
looks like a swamp ape?
It could be swamp ape, orangutan, dog hair, or doll hair. I have no idea.
Could just be.
But the guy was so like
Could
this is the
just
nicest house and the nicest listing I've ever been. So I was so convinced when he was just like,
could just be a really dirty, down on his luck little person.
he didn't want to give me this.
Well,
I convinced him. I'm very convinced.
I mean, yeah, you convinced me to
Alex
let you
bought a
on.
house for that.
Alex bought a house
So,
from
but
you.
Anyways,
and I haven't seen him in like 2 months.
yeah, he's got a lot of work.
Yeah, the funny thing, like I do some stuff for him. Like I'll go to his house or I'll go to his mom's house, but like I haven't seen him in quite some time,
Yeah,
which is kind of funny.
he'll reemerge.
I know I hear from him. Like I just haven't like physically seen him.
He's just so happy because of the house that I got.
Sure.
Everybody.
Yeah. You trying to stare into the camera? It's over there.
There.
Except for your camera. That's
My
over
camera's
there.
right there.
Yeah.
He is
behind the scenes.
so happy with the house that I got him.
Are you like trying? Who are you trying to convince? Yourself in the future?
No, I'm trying to convince everybody else. Alex is convinced. I'm convinced. I'm just trying to tell everybody else.
I'm not convinced.
Yeah.
That
You want to sell your house?
Do I want to sell my house? Yeah, I've thought about it.
Yeah.
The market right now is stupid.
It is stupid. Stupid good or stupid bad?
It depends on if you're a buyer or a seller.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I've thought about it, but I don't want to hurt your feelings. Like we already have a realtor.
Yeah, you're not gonna hurt me.
Yeah, we have a realtor that we bought.
It's a girl, isn't it?
It is.
It's your wife,
friend. It is. Yeah.
See, I can't compete with that.
Well, it's not necessarily like they worked together when at the Hard Rock. They worked together for a couple of years. Like actually, my wife was her boss at one point.
But did you tell her I have swamp ate
there? You just told me.
They might let me.
Have you seen me like go and tell my wife anything in the last like 5 minutes?
No.
Okay, then no, I have not told her. And you obviously, Jack has my phone.
Yeah.
So I can't.
I to be honest, this was yesterday. I just literally like this is. I've seen some crazy stuff. I told you, me and Alec, when we were looking for his house, we saw like.
Yeah, you sent me like pictures of like empty bank vaults and such, which are like all the dead banks are turning into dispensaries now, which are pretty funny.
Well, there was like a cult in one of them. There was like anarchy symbols, like melted candles in a circle. And
I remember you telling me some stuff about it,
this?
And I just remember telling you not to drink the Kool-Aid or the Flavor Aid.
I drank it. Long time
just
ago,
not the Flavor Aid. Don't drink the Flavor Aid. I drank it. Oh. Well, I mean, obviously,
I'm always like,
obviously you're pretty resilient. Obviously you're pretty resilient.
Should I have done it? I already did it.
You beg for forgiveness and not permission.
Yeah, no, ask for forgiveness, never for permission. Yeah, that's in real estate too.
Okay, no, I mean that's
unless it's like something against the Department of Professional Regulation. Besides that,
well, I don't know. I'm not a realtor, so
but I am.
I know.
Get one you trust.
I have one that I trust.
Your wife.
Well, I mean, I trust my wife.
Okay.
I married her.
There you go.
So I mean, I have to trust her. I've signed legal contracts with her.
You have to trust at least one person in this crazy. Even if they lead you down some stairs to show you a basement that doesn't exist on a listing. Don't do that. Actually, there's like there was a 50-50 chance that I made it out.
I'm gonna flash a warning on this. Like in post in editing.
Don't do
warning,
what I
kids.
Do.
Kids, cut to Ian in the future where he goes over safety regulations to going down to creepy people's basements, or in like, yeah, just don't do it.
There's no fun in that.
Like, what if
what
if he was like, you want to see my prized possession in my windowless white van? Like, would you have been like, all right, is there puppies and candy?
Well, how much is the house you're trying to sell?
I mean, is money is money worth your life?
It's crazy you say that because when you start doing one of those listings, it's like you're willing to lie to yourself or look the other way for a lot of things. You're like, maybe he just has that basement because he likes to get away from people.
I mean, obviously you want to do jobs more than I do. I've walked away from jobs because they've asked me to pee in a cup. Like, you're not too much.
I got.
I have kids,
even when I'm not desperate. I'm desperate.
I mean. Yeah, but are you like desperate to like make money, or are you like desperate to also be like, this might be my last listing, and then I don't have to go home to the kids anyways?
I'm just desperate.
Okay, I plead the fifth. All right, that's fine. Next subject. Anyways.
Well, so yeah, I'm headed to Busch Gardens
to secure what you need to secure.
Listen. If Busch Gardens doesn't give it to me, and this is what I'm telling them, Zoo Tampa will definitely give it to me. So either they're going to be aiding in discovery of a new species, or discarding it because
is that why you started your own YouTube channel, just to be like, I'm a YouTuber, and like you can have like a crazy whatever, and
I am not a YouTuber. This is Florida. You have to have a real estate license, a real job, and a YouTube channel just to survive. Tell me I'm wrong.
I don't have either of those.
Yeah,
I have a YouTube channel, but
then you have a wife that has a job.
Right, but
So I have a YouTube channel, but my wife.
So
I've got to be multitasking.
I get it, but like that's a good excuse to like get through to get by things. Like I got this crazy idea. I'm a YouTuber, so it's like, oh, okay, this dude's crazy. He does it for the clout or whatever the kids say.
The clout. Oh, I'll do anything. The name of my channel is called Anything for the Click. I don't do it.
Anything
I'm
for the
actually bringing knowledge
you just do it for the
and
clicks.
love. No, I don't do anything.
Okay,
That's just.
all right.
That's just
Make
don't.
sure I'll link your channel
I'm just. Of
down
course,
below.
it's for the clicks. Of course, it's for. Listen, no one wants to be sold real estate. If I sat there and started, telling you about all the amazing listings in a video, which is like required by today's society and marketing, you have to be on social media to sell real estate. So, do you want to see me standing in front of a bunch of houses and showing houses? Everybody's going to get bored. You can go on Zillow. You don't really technically need me. You need someone that you can trust, like
Trying to be like the Steve-O of realtors.
the Steve over. I'm the Steve O of life. I don't need to be the Steve O of
There's
over.
already a
Do, do
Steve-O
you
of
want?
life.
Do you
His
want
name
to
is
know why?
Steve-O.
Do you want to know why I started filming these videos? Because I thought that I was going to be super uncomfortable. Like, all right, I'm going to make a video, and it's not going to really do anything with real estate, but maybe someone will think it's funny enough. They're like, okay, I'm going to use this. This guy's a realtor, and I'm like, I'm going to be super uncomfortable doing this. I'm like, dude, I'm going to be like going out in public, asking random people random crap. And then I realized how uncomfortable they were. And in my screwed up mentality, this is just how I am. Please forgive me. I was like, this makes me comfortable. Like, look how uncomfortable they are me asking questions.
So you find comfort in making people uncomfortable?
I like getting people out of their comfort zone because have you ever done anything great from a comfort zone? Was Napoleon? Did he ever do anything great because he decided, I'm going to hang out today and just relax?
Yeah, no, but at the same time, like you have to appreciate what you have.
Oh, I do appreciate what I have.
Right, but you have to like give that
Do
time.
Ethiopians appreciate what they have? Should they?
Should they?
Should they aspire for more?
They aspire for more, but they appreciate what they have way more than we do. I can tell you
Everything
that.
is perspective. You could be happy or you could be sad. It's all perspective.
I'm not against your craziness.
Yeah.
I just don't want to be a part of it.
He doesn't want to be a part of my craziness.
I don't want to like. I want to know the results of your skunk ape thing, but I don't want to go to Busch Gardens to try.
I'm not. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna. I don't expect you. That's not your personality type. You're not gonna walk up with me to a zoo attendant and say, "Hey, let me see this. Let me see the orangutan here." You're not gonna do that. That's not your personality type. So I would, and that's not half my friends' personality type. I'll go get Preston, just because I don't think he'll care. I get him to hold the camera. But yeah, man, I don't expect you to be part of my craziness.
Okay.
Two people can't go to jail.
You're right. Somebody has to bail.
You have to bail me out. I mean,
Right.
what's gonna happen?
I
when
won't.
Both of us
I won't bail you.
Well, you can call someone.
I'll call. Yeah, I'll call someone.
There
I'll
you
call
go.
Alex. I'm sure he'll be so glad to
You
come.
won't. You're dead to me.
Like, hey, Mike Henry's in jail. Good.
Yeah. I could give you. It would be better to give you a list of people not. To call.
Yeah. Write it down on the whiteboard over there next to the Wi-Fi password.
I'm gonna write it down.
Yeah. It's all the important things: idea board, loading, and the Wi-Fi password. That's all that needs to be. If you have important information, you should put it up there.
I don't have
Well, I don't know what to tell you.
it. How long do you expect to see Alex absent? His chair looks pretty lonely.
I come out here. I have a bunch of tools and such out here. I come out here pretty frequently, at least every couple of days. But I don't know. I'll probably see him before he sees this set. And then like he has to come over here at some point because I still have a bunch of his stuff here. Like there's still a bunch of his stuff here, and it's like, he's just busy. Like we'll get back to this
With the house I sold him that he loved.
right. Like I'm saying it out loud. Like it sounds like we broke up, but like he's just like he's busy. Like remodeling his house.
You've never been the number one in his life. Let's both admit that.
I know. I know. We all know who the number one in his life is.
Okay, so like,
Right.
don't let jealousy overtake you because of
Right.
that.
He just hasn't got down to learning how to edit his Mommy and Me podcast.
Yeah, there's a mommy and me podcast.
I've been trying to get him.
You're that.
I am.
You're a friend.
I am. I've talked about it on camera before, and I've also like off camera. I've made like logos and like themes for Mommy and Me podcast and sent it to him, and he doesn't find it as funny as everyone else, but I find it hilarious.
See, I leave him alone. I try not to be very mean to him because
I told so
until I get into a car with him, and then he's the worst.
he'll probably I don't know if he'll see this or not, and he'll probably hate me for saying this on camera, but so the way his house was set up, I haven't been over there in a while, or like inside actually in a while, but the way his house was set up, like there was a window in his bedroom that led to another room, and he was like, oh, for the time being, like my mom will be in that room, and then this is the bedroom, and I was like, oh look, you have a window, so you guys could whisper to each other at bedtime. She could whisper you a bedtime story through the window.
I'm a realtor, and I sold him that house illegally. I can't comment on that.
That's fine. I find it absolutely hilarious.
That's your buddy over there.
Jack. I'll explain the reasoning behind Jack in a while. But no, like I've made a bunch of Mommy and Me comments with him.
And you got to share love, man.
But no,
spread the love.
So okay? No. I told her that. Yeah. I told his mom that, and I was like, I love the fact that you're going to be able to whisper to him at bedtime. And she just kind of like the look she gave me, like she wanted to laugh, but she couldn't.
You know what's funny? I always was scared of Alex's mom, but now as like an adult, or like I'm not. I'm almost.
You're an adult.
Okay, so
I'm an adult. It's weird.
I mean, I'm old, but I'm not fully mature.
It's like, so like, I saw this thing the other day where it's like, you were born in the 80s, so you're an adult, but like not on purpose.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't.
You're never born on purpose.
Right, but like I didn't like.
Unless you're like Kim Kardashian.
Right, like even still, like I have a 10-year-old who's about to be 11, and I'm just like, oh man, like this kid's dad. Weird. Like I'm like a real adult. Like
I feel that way sometimes.
Like every once in a while, like yesterday, I was like, my kids were inside and I'm outside mowing the yard, and I'm just like, this is gross. I'm like, how, like this is everything I wanted, and it sucks.
I recently realized that I was getting old because of like what I enjoy. Like I'm gonna, after I get off of this job, I'm gonna go back home. I'm gonna get a nice cup of tea, and then I'm gonna, get like a nice blanket. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's happening.
I only drink water now. Like also, like I've definitely like advanced to like extra old person.
I mean, I drink. That's all I drink.
But
Red Bull.
I don't like Yacht Rock. So
Yacht Rock, what is that?
Yacht Rock is and people like you probably listen to Yacht Rock now that I think about it. I probably don't. It's like the soft, like super super soft rock that they play on like yachts and like rich people parties.
I definitely don't listen to Yacht Rock. I avoid rich people parties.
Okay. I mean, I don't know. You try so hard to be one of them, one of the rich people.
I try so hard. Yeah.
I just didn't know.
That's what you think of me, man. I try, and
I feel like that's a compliment.
You know what?
That could be a compliment.
I'm gonna put that on my business card. I try to be a rich person.
I try so hard to be a rich person.
I try so hard to be.
That could be the name of your first album.
I try to keep it honest.
That's
stay honest.
That's Mike's first mixtape.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's try so hard to be a rich man or die trying.
My life.
I mean, obviously you figured that out, and you're trying to document it so you can try to get on YouTube. And
that's what I you know what, and that's the crazy thing about it.
I hope you get really YouTube famous. That way you could send some subscribers our way.
I don't want to be YouTube You
Uh,
know what? You know what made me? You know what? It's crazy.
especially
I put out one video, right? The crazy thing is, I ended up really enjoying it. And I thought I was gonna hate it. I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna put these things out because they're fun. I don't really care if I get, screw it.
I started doing this because like I was like, this is gonna be fun. Like this is a good opportunity for like me and my friends to hang out once a week and just kind of like hang out and talk a bunch of shit and whatnot, like a reason to hang out. And all of them just don't want to hang out apparently. Well, see,
And you didn't go to.
I did
You're
not
like
go to
you're like
Pepin, and I
the.
did not meet Daryl and Pepin, and I definitely did not meet Alex and Pepin.
So I cursed everybody at Pepin with
Uh,
that's my fault.
See, here's the thing. I actually met Alex while we were both in high school. We worked at the movie theater together. You remember when he worked at AMC?
Yeah. I mean, I remember, some stuff.
So I worked at AMC. So I
Yeah.
met Alex when I worked at that movie theater.
Okay.
We
Yeah.
went
Yeah.
to rival high schools, and then
And now that's his church that him and his mom go to.
the movies
Hmm.
or
No, the same movie theater, the AMC, is now a
the church.
Radiant Church.
I thought so.
You brought him to God.
Well, we met there.
Yeah.
But like a couple years after working there, I met him or I saw him at a party with Daryl, and I was like, "Holy shit, I know this dude!" And then,
You're like, who is that Hobbit?
well, no, I knew Daryl. Me and Daryl went to middle school together.
Didn't you like live in his like backyard or like his house?
We live. Well, we went to middle school together, and we lived 2 blocks away from each other.
Okay.
Like our childhood
So
homes.
did I ever see you in middle school or high school?
I don't. I went to your house.
Did you remember seeing? You did?
Oh yeah, I went to your treehouse. I've been in your treehouse
Oh, okay. I missed that.
once. I remember that once. I
Yeah.
went there with John. I was in high school because me and Daryl didn't hang out a lot in high school because like we were friends a lot in middle school, and then we went to different high schools. But every once in a while, like I'd just go over to his house and like hang out with him, and then a couple of times like we'd end up hanging out with another friend who had a car, and like we went around to different places, and one of those places we wound up was your house into a tree house.
Yeah.
I just remember I was like,
that tree house was great. Man.
the treehouse was great, but like
Then it became a liability.
but like everyone kept telling me like, oh, you have to go to Mike's treehouse. We have to go to Mike's treehouse, and I was like, I don't know. Well, they didn't even say Mike. You have to go to Henry's treehouse. You have to go to Henry's treehouse because there were too many Mikes.
Yeah, there's still too many Mikes.
You're right. There's still too many Mikes.
There's a couple too many.
Side note: my middle name is Michael.
Really?
Yeah. Or Mike Il, if you pronounce it correctly.
Mike Il.
Yeah.
Is that one of the 30 races?
No, it's Jewish.
Jewish.
Yeah.
What percentage Jewish?
I've never actually had a DNA test, but like as far as religion, I don't follow it as a religion.
No,
but,
I meant you said
my
you were
dad,
like ethnicity.
My dad is Jew, and like all of our family is from
Wait,
Poland.
I'm a real estate agent, so I only understand.
I don't know. I've never done a DNA test because F the government. Ain't getting me.
I'm about to do a DNA test on this and find out if I've got an undiscovered species.
That's fine. We just got to wipe it down with some hand sanitizer before you leave because I don't want to touch it.
Are you sure you don't want to go to Busch
I gotta watch my kids. I gotta watch my
acquire some orangutan here.
I gotta watch my kids.
That's not an excuse.
I can't go to jail.
I was supposed to watch my kids today.
I can't go to jail. My wife is at work.
Oh.
I can't go to jail because,
I'm out.
I mean, I was hoping one day this would be work at the same time, but if it is, it's really far down in the future.
If you love what you do, you never work a day in your life. Have you ever heard that?
Yeah, but I told you like you
got to get paid.
You saw this like I've kind of accidentally like started my own lawn care and pressure washing business. Like,
did you say I have a lawn care and pressure washing business in one of your videos, and then you got a call?
No, actually, like this is the first time I've shot a video in over a month.
Well, I saw that. Yeah, I saw it because Alex has been.
Yeah, you sold Alex a house.
He's been so happy with the house that I got him.
Happy and busy are two different words, but he's been busy.
Listen, you can't say.
I know. We're on camera. We're on camera, Mike. Can't. I'm not doing that kind of editing.
Well, we just were talking about your ethnicity. I figured you knew what I was going to say. So I'm glad we both.
But no. So yeah, No, like I just accidentally like started a lawn care and pressure washing business. Comment below if you need work. Um, you know, begging the
He
internet.
has to be allowed to roll around with a beer in his lawnmower, and then you can't call the cops and get him a DUI
Well, no,
because
like Alex,
that's not a friendly Florida man thing to do.
Alex needed some work, and then his mom needed some work, and then another friend of mine needed some work, and then I talked to a couple other friends of mine, and they
Wait,
both
wait, wait, wait,
needed.
wait. Since he gave you some work and I sold him the house, when I get a
Uh, like you get a referral discount if you want.
referral.
I'll give you a referral
I
discount.
I
You need your
got I
yard
got
mowed or
I
your
got
house
some
pressure
people
washed.
who might be crazy enough to be buying a house soon. So when they do,
If they
it
need,
looks super overgrown.
yeah,
I'll
yeah, you
hit you.
referral discount.
Hey man,
Yeah,
I've got a really small lawn, so I live in South Tampa. I literally just walk out the
you're out
door,
of my
make
service
like
area.
3 turns, and then
Yeah, you're out of my service
that's
area.
it.
Uh, the, Alex's yard and his mom's yard is the size of mine.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, together. Are we comparing now?
well, no, like it's like
My yard put together, or their yards put together, is my yard. Although that's probably
I have a no.
true.
They're both half acres. I
You
have a
have a
whole
very
acre.
nice yard. Yeah.
I have a whole acre. They both have half
I could get
acres.
you above market rate for that.
I'm not. Where am I gonna go?
Where not to go, man? This is
It
Florida. You
doesn't
can go
really matter
everywhere.
because it is that time. And if you haven't, you should like, subscribe, share, all that fun stuff. Do you have anything else that you wanted to share?
No, I gotta
Bye.
get.